So there we go.
Okay. Right. Turn the key. You got power. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to happen? I'll fire it up, and everything will go out. That'll stay on your luggage lock. That's your two critical ones here.
Mm-hmm.
They have to go up to between 100 and 110.
Yeah, it's for your airbags.
Okay.
And air brakes.
And it also affects the transmission.
Yeah.
Because there's a safety device on board that won't let you go forward if it doesn't think you've got enough air.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've got air brakes.
Yeah.
Okay. So cold last night. Had to give it a little preheat.
So this, the luggage lock, that's for all the compartments?
Yeah, here it is here.
So you can lock them all with one button?
With one button.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Great.
It stays on, so you don't know whether you've got it locked or unlocked. But if you will go out and they are locked, that key there unlocks them individually.
Okay. Great.
Okay. Now then, I haven't done anything, all right?
Mm-hmm.
But after 2 minutes are up, you should hit the high idle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't want to hit the high idle too early because you have to allow for the oils to get up and around. There's your oil pressure here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you're running along, you're running at about 20 pounds, and if you come up to prolonged stoppage, say in a traffic jam,
Yeah.
I always switch it off, and I keep the throttle up a little bit with the throttle.
So the high idle is strictly for starting, or do you leave it on when you're driving?
No, you don't start it. I haven't used it yet, but the book says, and the mechanics tell you, let it idle on its own for a couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Then after a couple of minutes are up, hit high idle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it does two things. It pushes more oil,
Mm-hmm.
and it also assists in filling up the air reservoirs because you've got one on each corner.
Yeah.
It assists in filling them up quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Now theoretically I could drive off because my low air has gone, and if I pressed the transmission buttons and they didn't think there was enough air, this column would light up here.
Mm-hmm.
And it would say like no air.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or insufficient air. I don't quite know what it says.
So it goes into default if in fact something's not right.
It won't let you pick a gear.
Mm-hmm.
Now another thing, with the Allinson transmission, and even on modern Allinson's transmissions, people that aren't used to them,
Mm-hmm.
if I pull up the road here and I stop to back in,
Mm-hmm.
which I did last Friday, I'm obviously in drive because I'm driving. People have a habit of bringing it to a stop and straight away hitting reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that.
Right.
Okay. Hit neutral,
Okay.
then reverse.
All right.
Okay. Otherwise, you try to trick the gearbox into making a shift and it's not ready. Now, I don't like that high idle all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the transmission, they don't like having a gear selected if you're high idling.
Mm-hmm.
It likes to have a low rev.
I understand.
So what I do when I'm ready to drive off, I'll cancel my high idle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you can see it's warmed up a little bit, so your idle is going down.
Mm-hmm.
So now I would pick drive.
Okay.
All right. I'm not going to go anywhere. See, now it wants to go.
Yep.
Okay. You could feel that thing. Down here behind me, do you see that?
Yes, that's
Okay.
that switch,
That's
yeah.
your air brake.
Okay.
Okay. You pull it to apply. And you do that for it to go off.
All right.
Now if I gently let the thing off, we're going already, right?
Yep.
We're moving. So what I'll do, I'll go into neutral, go into reverse, and then I'll go back again. And there's neutral. Now to apply my brakes,
Mm-hmm.
there, now we have it. And it ain't going anywhere.
Okay.
Shows you I'm in park.
Yeah.
Shows you my stop lights, my brakes are on here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as long as I'm running at 20 pounds of oil, I'll keep that high idle off.
Okay.
Okay. The Jake brake, which you're familiar with.
Yeah.
If you're going along, when you're driving a bus like this, it always pays to look way beyond than if you're driving a car.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see a traffic tie-up come, you've got to remember you're driving 48,000 pounds.
Right.
All right, so it doesn't stop like a car. It's all disc brakes, but you need extra room to slow down. So if it looks congested and your speed is up, hit once, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If it's if you've left it a little bit late, hit it twice.
While you're decelerating, so just lift off the accelerator and then hit the brake.
Yeah,
right?
well, you're going to be braking at the same time.
Okay.
So you can hit the brakes and
use the engine to help.
and you're going, holy shit, you know. So do that, and then it drops down.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
These are very simple light features for headlights and side lights, what they call running lights.
Mhm.
And the best way for you to do that is to either have a friend or stand out there and hit one and say, right, what's on, you know.
Right.
Okay. And then you do the same with that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I put a new gauge in here
Mm-hmm.
on last Thursday. The original one is there.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to keep it and get it fixed,
Okay.
because then it'll match the rest of them, because it all needles on all gauges go up in increments,
Mm-hmm.
and when they crap out, and mechanics and electricians don't know why, they always go this way.
Mm-hmm.
So that needle registry on there wasn't showing you the transmission temperature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's your oil temperature, battery, oil pressure, water temperature, fuel, and your air supplies.
Mm-hmm.
The pyro gives you the temperature of your exhaust manifolds.
Mhm,
Okay. You should be running probably always between, depending the weather and the traffic, but on the open road you should be running like between 7 and 9,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in there. You don't want to go up past 12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if these pyro gauges go up to 12, try and find a rest area and pull over and just let it idle down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the best thing to do there.
Sure.
The backup camera is simply there. That's the window in the garage,
Mm-hmm.
which is good to have. I always leave it on when I'm going along because I keep my eye on the Jeep.
Sure.
Okay, so I just leave it. That's that one there. This is a CB.
Mm-hmm.
Never used it, but it does work.
Nice to have it in case of emergency.
Yeah. So you might want to familiarize yourself with it.
Yeah.
That radio I just pushed in. When you switch off, it stays on.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is just hit that.